This is day 58 on my journey to breaking the 400-meter school record. So today we had SBU meet, and we were gone all day today. And we pulled up to the meet, and first of all, the track was really weird. Like the curve was hella short, but the straights were hella long to compensate for that. And another thing that was weird was that they wouldn't let you do startups. So like if you set your blocks, you could only practice them before the prelims started. Like after that, you could not. When your race was about to start, you could not do no practice runs out the blocks before the race started, which is weird because Brandon said even at state they let you do that. But while I was waiting on my race, I started hyping my niggas up who was finna run the 100 in the prelims and shit and the finals, I think. So it was Rashad, Brandon, and Tal. So I was expecting some crazy times out of them, especially Brandon since he was coming off an injury. Here go this nigga. Pre-interview. What's your estimated time?
11:06.
What's your estimated time?
10:08.
10:08. What's your
9:09. 9:54.
But the first race I had to do was the 4x2, and unfortunately Tal pulled his hamstring during the 100, so he was out. So it was me, my brother, Caleb, and Averill. So we already basically knew that we was gonna get cooked because we were seated with a 132, but that was back when Brandon was on the team and everything. So we were going against people who ran 130s and shit like that. So we was already expecting not to do super well. We just didn't want to get dead last. So it was between me and Averill to be first leg, and neither one of us wanted to be anchored because we was not trying to look bad like that. I'm not gonna hold you. So we let my brother have it, which I'm not gonna lie, that was some hoe shit. But you know, it is what it is. But I was first leg. So I came out of blocks, and I should have used our blocks because SBU blocks are terrible. They're so tiny, and because I couldn't do block starts, I couldn't even get a good feel for them. So I just sat in the blocks and waited for the gun to go off. And then I popped out, and my block start wasn't great at all because I wasn't good with them shitty-ass blocks. But I got out, and I'm coming off the curve, and them niggas ahead of me are chopping, bro. Like, look at that. Like, I am not catching no type of stagger, bro. Like, he was gone. And the dude behind me, he was closing a better stagger than, like, bro, they were gone. But I handed off to Averill, and he was moving, and we was really not chopping like that. Because second leg caught him off the curve. But Averill got a little bit more endurance. So even though Averill was behind him, so we in last right now. But Averill catches him, and he passes by him on the straight, and he hands it off to Caleb. And when he gets to the Caleb, and Caleb didn't do too bad. Like Jason and Caleb, they were on JV. Like they moved my little brother Jason and Caleb up for the meet and shit because we've had injuries. But they held their own. Like, Caleb did decent. He was at least holding his place. And then he handed off to my little brother. And Jason was coming off the curve. He was coming off the curve pretty strong because his stride's pretty long. So I thought he was going to catch that guy. But I guess he ran out of energy. Because by the time they got on that straightaway, the Glendale dude started making his move. But that's basically around what we expected in our time. We got like a 134, I think. We got like a 134. And we wasn't really surprised because we wasn't expecting to run no crazy time with this team because this ain't our best team. But just wait till conference. I'm not going, y'all going to see Coach because our conference it's not only is it the final conference of this district combined, before they get split apart next year, but it's a home meet too. So coaches, they were like, hey, we want to win this meet. So they finna assemble the fucking Avengers for these relays. So that 4x2, yeah, it's going to be a problem. But after the 4x2, I wasn't even tired, which shows me how I'm getting more and more conditioned because usually like these past few meets, every time I ran the 4x2, I was kind of gassed. Not gonna hold you, I was dead ass kind of gassed. It was like hating myself, like damn, I really got a 400 later. But this time I was basically chilling. Like I was breathing a little hard, but like not even that. So then I had to go get ready for my 400, and this 400, even though I did get a new season best, like I went a lower time, it was by 0.2. And now I like, every time I run the 400, I'm running faster, and I'm slowly learning what I'm supposed to do. So now I know what I did. Like in this race, this is the first race all season. This is my first 400 ever, actually, where I've actually had a kick. So let me show y'all the video real quick. So I'm waiting for the gun to go off. Say set, and I pop out. I'm in lane 7, by the way. But I get out pretty hard, and I'm already kind of tired. I don't know, I'm just nervous. But I'm coming down the straight, and I'm moving pretty fast, but I'm not moving as hard as I know I can. So I'm just chilling, coming down. And then once I get to this 200 mark, that's really where I start like slowing down a little bit. And I'm coming around the curve, and of course everybody's past me now, but I'm not really minding them. But then when I'm getting down, I'm thinking about going downhill. So right here, I start picking it back up. So I catch up to this dude right here, pass him, and I kicked for like 30, 40 meters, but then it ended after that. But I tried keeping it together, but like that last 10 meters felt like forever, bro, and I just gave up. So I ended up running a 53.30, and even though it's a new season best, because my last season best was a 53.5, like last week, but even though I'm going down each time, I just did not have a good race strategy, because now I know what I have to do, and it's not that my speed endurance is bad, it's that I'm getting out the blocks too hard. Like my first 200, every time I run the 400, my split is a 23. And my PR in the 200 is a 23.2. So I'm like, yeah, I'm getting out way too hard. Like my 200 split should be like a second or a second and a half slower than my PR. So I think I finally got all the components after running the race a few times. I finally know how to run the race correctly, which means it's a combination of not getting out too hard, like a 24 pace will give me enough energy left over, because I finally started learning how to kick, as you can see in the video. So now with that, I'll have enough speed, I'll have enough energy left over to kick properly. And then now that I know how to swing my arms more, save my arms really for that last 100. That way I can swing my arms as like hard as I can and as fast as I can while staying relaxed. And then the third thing is staying relaxed. So those three things combined, because I already have the speed for it, is just knowing how to run it properly. It's because the 400 is more like a mental game. It's not necessarily how fast you are. It's more of like how effectively you use your speed. Because you can be the fastest. You could run 100 in 10.8 seconds like Brandon. But if you don't know how to run it, if you could run a 22 flat in the 200. But if you go out there and run that 400 like it's a 200, you will run a 54. So it's just all about learning how to run the race, and it's gonna take a few tries, but hopefully y'all will learn from me. So now y'all know. So whatever your 200 PR is, use that as a basis for your split. So if your 200 is a 25, for the 400 your split for the 200 should be like a 26. For the 200 meter split should be like a 26, basically 20, almost 27. And so on for that. But I think I finally got my race together. So Friday, I even asked Coach if I could try to run the 4x4. Since Friday is like the last meet before conference, so it's not really no crazy. Like they might try out some new stuff or save their main teams for like for Wednesday. So he might let me try it out just because it's kind of like a throwaway meet. But we'll see how I do, but I feel like now that I've actually got my race strategy together. So I think now that I actually know what I'm doing in the race, And it's not so much of me just not finishing correctly, it's me not starting correctly. Because I'm always wondering why Everett is always kicking faster than me is because he's not getting out the first 200 like it's a 200. So I think I finally unlocked the key to what's going to break me past this 53 barrier that I've been stuck at all season.